Take a look at the world around you for a moment. Not the headlines, not the trending stories, not the outrage of the day that everybody is screaming about online. Look at the pattern. Because if you've been paying attention for more than 5 minutes, you might start to notice something strange about how information works in this modern society. Something happens, something huge, something disturbing, and for a moment, the entire country is focused on it. People demand answers, they ask questions, they want transparency, and then suddenly, something else appears. A new crisis, a new scandal, a new international emergency, and just like that, the spotlight shifts, the conversation changes, the questions fade away. It's an old trick magicians call misdirection or sleight of hand. While you're watching the right hand, the left hand is doing something that is not supposed to be seen. Now think about some of the stories that have dominated the news cycles over the last few years. The Epstein case, a network of powerful people connected to a man accused of trafficking and exploiting underage girls. Names whispered, documents discussed, rumors about who, what, where, and when. For a brief moment, people from every political side were asking the same thing. How deep does this go? But the deeper the questions got, the more the stories seemed to drift into the fog. Documents got sealed, testimonies hidden, investigations that never seemed to reach the powerful circles people suspected were involved. And before anyone could really digest what was happening, another story took over. A new geopolitical crisis, tensions overseas, Iran, military headlines, threats, warnings. Suddenly, the public conversation moved thousands of miles away from where it had just been focused. And here's the question nobody likes to ask. Is that a coincidence? Or is that just how the system works? Because governments, institutions, and powerful organizations throughout history have always understood one simple truth. Control the narrative, and you control the population. You don't even have a lie outright. Sometimes all you have is a redirect attention. Give people something to argue about. Something bigger, something scarier, something urgent enough that yesterday's questions start to feel a little old. Humans have a limited amount of attention, and whoever decides what fills that attention holds enormous power. Now, that doesn't mean every crisis is fake. It doesn't mean every conflict is staged. The world is chaotic enough on its own. But what it does mean is this. When massive stories appear one after another, the investigations seem to stall right when they approach powerful circles. The entire narrative vanishes from the public conversation almost overnight. You should at least ask why. Because the real danger isn't just corruption. The real danger is distraction. If the public can be guided from outrage to outrage, headline to headline, scandal to scandal, without ever getting real answers, then the truth becomes something that is always just out of reach, always buried under the next breaking story, the next emergency, the next thing you're told to be angry about. So the question isn't whether governments lie. History already answered that. The question is whether people are willing to look past the distraction just long enough to demand the full story. Because sleight of hand only works for one reason. The audience is looking where the magician wants them to look. The moment you start watching both hands, the trick stops working.